Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's smallest little gathering of peeps watching Vino. And today we have a very interesting episode. Again, going to be expanding our palates, trying different things. And today we're focusing on value. We're trying to find a nice wine under $10 because I think a lot of the CKCs, you know who you are, college kid crew, and just really non-CKCs, including me, the monster, and anybody else. We're always looking for value. Very easy to roll in deep, spend 80 bones and get a good bottle of wine. But what can you do under 10 bucks? Can you roll 10 bones? Can you roll? Can you make it happen? And that's what we're going to try to find out today from three very different wines from three very different places. And I'm awfully excited about it. So, you know, not too much going on except for one major league announcement. There are a lot of Vaniacs who like buying the t-shirts when they come out, or when we have different things that are non-alcoholic that always struggle. They always have to email me and I have to email Brian Del Torre. Well, we've fixed that. If you live in a state that doesn't allow alcohol shipping, we've now made it possible for you to buy the swag and the different things, so that's real cool. And that really led to a whole nother thing. And Mott, I'm real proud about this. Link it up, baby. Stufflibrary.com. Link it up right down below. Decanters, glassware, corkscrews, great shipping rates, great stuff. It's going to let some of the other Vaniacs around the country participate. You know, sometimes, I'm actively right now trying to beat the crap out of somebody for a crazy deal on decanters, because you know what I think about that. So I'm really pumped about that, especially for the, the new t-shirts coming out. Mott, your t-shirt coming out. What's that? A Butter Bandit t-shirt coming out. So it should be really, really cool, and obviously a lot less headaches for me, all the people. I'm in Mass, but I want to buy a t-shirt. I can't buy it? Yes, now you can through the website. So please check out stuff.winelibrary.com. If there's any books or decanters or products you'd like, please hit us up. Email Mod. It's easier. Anyway, Castle Rock, 2005 Columbia Valley Merlot, which is Washington State, $8 US. Now, really interesting because you'll see right up here, Mop, zoom in, it'll say Castle Rock, Napa Valley, California. You see that, Mop? But the grapes are from Columbia Valley. Our goal at Castle Rock is to produce our wines utilizing the highest quality. The Castle Rock was produced from grapes grown in the beautiful south-facing hillsides of Columbia Valley, which shares the same latitude as Bordeaux. Very interesting. 18 months in French oak. 8 bones, very hot producer. A lot of people talking about Castle Rock. Always really nice things to say about Castle Rock. So I'm excited about trying this. I haven't had a whole lot of Sea Rock wines in a long time, so we'll see what's going on here. Big shout out to all the Vaniacs who are joining us in the Spread the Thunder contest. It's completely awesome. There's been some really cool entries. As a matter of fact, Mott, link it up right to Barge Plus's Craigslist ad. Hilariousness. Really great job. And Tim F strikes again with a commercial. Mott, link this up. Vaniacs, stop. Well, watch the rest of this episode, but then make sure you scroll down and watch Tim F's 1-minute video. Very good. Yesterday, Sarah's song. That's awesome. And something completely insane by our good friend Catherine Burke. At the end of this video, you will watch a video that will completely blow your mind. Once again, just one clarification. A lot of people are saying, pick me, pick me. It's not a pick me. How awesome your entry is how many names you get into the bucket that I pick out. For example, if you do a blog post or a video blog, that's going to give you 2 names no matter what. Other people say, well, I wear my shirt and a wristband. Okay, fine. You want 1 name? That's fine. Really crazy stuff like I thought the Craigslist thing was really cool, so we're probably going to put 3 in there. The guy with Grand Central the other day, Rob Ryan, that's going to get like 5 names. Tim F's might get 3.5. I'll probably be like, Tim wins. So real cool stuff. Anyway, 8 bones, great color, sniffy sniff time. Coming through with some black licorice. I get a little cellar dust component coming through as well. Little light red radishes meets like purple grape juice on the nose. So kind of interesting, not too crazy, not all that exciting. Aromatically challenged, I would say. Not challenged from the standpoint I'm not getting anything, but just nothing that excites me. Very meh, very run-of-the-mill, very, C+ student, very, non-charismatic in its approach. Let's give it a whirl. Great. Stop. Good blueberry flavors on the palate. A little hot, a little disjointed, a little awkward, a little funky, a little bit like sadness. You know, just a wine that's not really doing much for me. Very standard, run-of-the-mill Blueprint Merlot. Not horrible. Very average. I'm trying to analyze the finish, which got a real funky kind of... there's a little bit of plum. I guess it's serviceable. I mean, you can see I'm like kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I actually think it's probably not that bad, but it's so boring to me. You know, and I don't want to impose my palate on your palate. I think if you like Merlot and you're drinking at $8 to $15 range, whether you're drinking Simi or Yellowtail or Benzinger or Kendall Jackson or Clos du Bois or Lindemans or Rosemount or some of those run-of-the-mill brands, I think it'd probably be a very serviceable alternative for you and something you may want to seek out. You know, I try to put some wines today on the show that are a little more commonly found out there. I know Castle Rock's all over the country. To me, it's just very boring, and I'm just bored to death by the wine. I'm going to score the wine 84 points. I don't think there's anything crazy wrong with it. There's nothing substantially exciting about it either. However, you know, what kind of got me into a dumb phase with you right now is that I know so many people drink these 50 brands that consummate most of the sales in the United States, and I think if Merlot is your drink and you're drinking those kind of standard commercial supermarket brand wines, this will probably do well for you because it's probably an oomph above those, which usually fall in that 75 to 80 point range mentally in my mind, so you can see where the gauge is. You know, definitely far from Thundermott. Maybe a drizzle. Not even. Let's move on. This package is rad as heck. Look at this. It's cool. It is Radwasser. Espelt 2005 Solo. This is a very interesting wine from the Pyrenees, you know, kind of northeast Spain area. 60% Grenache, 40% Carignan, $9 US, 89 points. Josh Reynolds, who writes for Steven Tanzer. Great little package, 9 bones, which is very, very nice price point. And let's see what's going on here. You know, the Spanish wines in this price point have been extremely controversial. A lot of people love the $7, $8 wines. This comes from Porta, which is making some really interesting wines now. So, you know, there's some really good values under $10 in Spain, and there's some really bad. So I'm really curious where this goes, because it's really kind of like, it's intense feelings. It's one way or the other. Snippy sniff. Little sulfury kind of on the nose, which is a little bit of a turnoff. But there's some really interesting bacon fat meets strawberries and cranberries on the nose. And this bacon fat component is quite aromatically intriguing. Come on, take a snippy sniff. Come on, how many people you think just went, what do you think, 13%? Mm-hmm. If you did, you gotta leave a comment. Don't lie. That's pretty cool. Anyway, a little bit of a bacon fat, like fried lard, and, you know, kind of like, all that stuff you eat, you know, all the people in Eastern Europe turn into like a butter and they eat with their spread, you know, the stuff that gives you instant heart attack. You're like, delicious. I mean, like, really interesting stuff. It smells really kind of good. I like the blueberries, strawberries, cranberries. There's a little more dark fruit in here than I first thought. So red and dark fruit coming through on the nose. Kind of good. I mean, this is a nice start. Far more exciting on the nose than the last one. Let's give it a whirl. It does have a little bit of a sulfury kind of component, so you got to keep that in mind. Good job, Josh Reynolds. Way to go. I agree with you. Very juicy, very meaty. I get meatiness and I get juiciness. I get fruit and I get like a steak. This is a good wine. This is a very, very good value Wednesday night watching Wine Library TV or anything else, and drinking and not feeling bad because you pop something at a price point that is unattainable. Great CKC price point as well. Great smart wine drinkers of Smart Wine Drinkers of America. I want to start this association.
Trademark.
I'm the captain of the Smart Wine Drinkers of America, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a smart wine drinker of America, you need to add this Espelt into your collection. $9 US. Very good. Grapefruit. I was very worried that this was going to be one of those Spanish wines that was over the top fake wine, you know, kind of like fruity and sugary and kind of just explosion and oak monster and all that stuff that I've seen a lot of these producers under 10 bones do. This is far from. This goes a little bit more towards the Northern Rhone style, which I like quite a bit. It's got a really nice, almost like herbal grassiness, believe it or not, on the finish that I'm starting to taste as I'm yapping away at you. But very vibrant fruit. This is a New World wine. You've got to understand that. Even though, let me phrase that. It's got a New World start and an Old World finish. And I think just yesterday we had a wine that I was a little controversial because I didn't think it worked together, the Old and New Worldness. I think in this scenario, it really comes together. I really see this as a wine that you can really enjoy with very basic, like TGIF Friday, you know, White Castle takeout, you know, that simple kind of good American food that we all like to eat that is bad for us kind of night. And pop this bottle instead of a soda or a beer. This is really where this wine fits its niche. It's a great, homey, average Joe, you know, I'm your partner in crime, you know, little tin lunchbox pail kind of, you know, I'm a mine worker kind of dude wine, and I'm very impressed with it. It's you can respect it, and this wine brings a lot of that to the table. This is the kind of wine, and you know, I talk about drink a different wine every night. This is the kind of wine that's like, maybe a case around the house is not the worst thing in the world. To the mailman, to the, you know, to your, friend, to pop over when somebody comes over. Oh, you want to watch the big game? 3 bottles. I mean, this is workman wine. This is workman wine that's very good, that even somebody like me, who has been very, very fortunate, not a wine nerd or a critic or a genius or any of that dumb stuff. No, just somebody very fortunate, and that's what I've been, to drink great, great wines through my life because of my position. Even for me, this is like, I like this one. Like, I want to drink it at times. So it's like American Idol, plop, drink, you know, it's that. So very exciting for me. I mean, that's the kind of wines that really get me off. And this is a wine I'm really expecting big things from. I'm really excited about this. This is a winery that I've got a lot of history with, a brand that I know for a long time, Tuerto LaRoque, 2004 Pic Saint Loup, from Côte de Languedoc, from the Languedoc, Pic Saint Loup. It's a Syrah Grenache Mourvedre blend. It's $10 US, a really solid producer, and I'm excited about trying this version, this vintage more specifically. That last wine woke me up. And you know what? It's got an orange cork. Sniffy sniff. This is a black pepper machine. It's really like somebody put black pepper pellets in a BB gun and shot you in the mouth 35 times in a row. You're like, quit it, stop! And you're just getting all that black pepper up in your grill. That's what this actually smells like. So it's actually, maybe I should have said shut up your nose. Very heavy on the black pepper. I'm also getting some red licorice and a gorgeous plum component. Very intriguing nose. But you gotta be really into black pepper or you gotta completely dismiss this one. I mean, if you're not into the black pepper, just go, you don't want it. Let's give it a whirl. My God. Take a fat celery stick, you know? This summer, we're not going into peanut butter. We're going fat celery stick, pour a huge amount of plum jelly on it, and then take a good old-fashioned pepper, shredder or whatever, grinder, and just sit there for about 25 to 30 minutes while you sing a song. Maybe that song from yesterday's show. Come on, play a little sample.
I love Gary Vaynerchuk.
You know, and so you just keep grinding while you listen to the song and you're real happy and you're like, that Gary is the best and all this stuff, and you know, you're just grinding. I mean, you are grinding for 45 minutes, then you take a bite of it. That's what this wine tastes like. And that is a very, very, hey Brandon, and that is very, very different and very cool. But very controversial, and you gotta know what you got yourself into. So this is the kind of wine on the floor that I would hardly ever recommend. Even recommend. What was that? Recommend. A very intriguing wine, a wine that brings a lot of thought process to my palate, which I'm enjoying, especially for $10. A wine that disappoints me a little bit, believe it or not, on the finish. Very, very solid. Good, solid. I'm going to go 88 points, which I think is fine. I didn't even rate this wine, did I? I got so carried away. I'm going to go 88 points on this wine, which I think is really solid. For $10, I think it's definitely worthy to seek out, but this is where you've got to embrace your palate. I'm keeping this sign up for a little while because going into this next chapter, I really want you to explore. I want you to know the wines from Pic Saint Loup. Look it up, Google it, Wikipedia, do whatever you got to do. Write it down. Text yourself. It's 2008. You can roll and try new wines. They're very interesting. We've got to talk about wines from Importa. I mean, this is a new area that's making some really interesting wines with funky labels and orange cork tops and $9 and awesome. Wine is a journey. Grab my hand and let's go take that journey together because there's so much to do. And I'm really, rejuvenated to go through this path, and I'm really looking for more value and more excitement. We'll throw some thunderous wines, $100 bones and things of that nature on here, but I'm really looking to try and define wines in this different area. A California winery using Washington grapes. Interesting. Wine is crazy interesting. I really appreciate the support. Reading all the comments over the last 3, 4, 5 days have been amazing. Please join the Spread the Thunder contest. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the video when you click the link over here on the website. It's going to be such a great grand prize. Come on, 5 people. 5 people. And 25 swag bags. It's going to be awesome. 88 points, very serviceable. Know what you're getting yourself into. If you don't adore black pepper, don't even consider it. It's a 65-point wine to you. Spelt, I'm going to go, do I go 89 plus or do I go 90? Do I go 89 plus or do I go 90?
89 plus.
You're a tough guy. You just won the Super Bowl. I'm going 90 just to spite you. 90 points to the Spelt. 89 plus, you're a tough guy. Question of the day. And by the way, stay tuned for this video. It's going to freak on you. Where do you see your palate, your pal, in the next year? Because you, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, whether they like it or not.
Hi, my name is Catherine, and this is Vivian, and Jonathan is behind the camera. And we saw your appearance on Ellen, and we thought that it was so impressive how you started training your palate at such an early age that Vivian decided that she wanted to start training her palate so that she'll be ready for the complexities of wine in about 20 and a half years. And that's how we're spreading the thunder. That's teddy bear ear.
Good.
How does that, remember that? It's a little, it's organic. This is an organic teddy bear.
Yeah. Because I got a little out of frame. So.
Okay.
Hi.
Banana.
Oh, yes.
Banana. That's terry cloth.
You like terry cloth?
That's cardboard.
It's cardboard. A
Cardboard.
cardboard foot.
Cardboard.
Yummy.
Apple. It's Gala apple. Organic. Apple. Wait, apples in a lot of wine. That's silicone. Yeah. Oh, you like the silicone. Interested in the camera too, I see. Did the big oak monster scare you, Miss Vivian? Oh!
Again, with the practicing the wine tasting technique. Taking a good cue from Mr. Vaynerchuk. Yeah. Just like that. Yep, good job.